Hello everyone, it is my pleasure to greet all the fans who are watching us in North, Central America and the Caribbean, as well as around the world. My name is Pedro Velázquez and I am the Director of Men's National Competitions at Concacaf. We would like to share with you some important updates about this new era of the Under-17 ecosystem in our region. The FIFA Under-17 World Cup has been expanded to 48 teams and will be held annually rather than biannually. The next 5 editions of the competition, starting in 25, will take place in Qatar, where Concacaf has been awarded 8 slots. As a result of this change, Concacaf will introduce a new format and increase the frequency of its competition for every 2 years to annually. In total, 35 Concacaf member associations will compete in the tournament that will determine the 8 representatives qualifying to the FIFA Under-17 World Cup. The new Concacaf Under-17 men's qualifiers will consist of a single round, where the teams will be divided into 8 groups. In this draw, the participating member associations will be split in 3 groups of 5 teams and 5 groups of 4 teams each. After round-robin play, in which each team will play against each team in its group once, the group winners, 8 teams in total, will qualify to the FIFA event. The first edition of the men's Concacaf Under-17 qualifiers under this new format will take place between February 7 and 16 of 2025. The Under-17 rankings as of December of 23 has been used to determine in which pot each of the teams will participate. The group stage draw for the 25 Concacaf Under-17 qualifiers will be conducted using a single blind system involving 5 pots. It is very important to note that for this draw, there can only be 1 host member association in each group. Therefore, if a host MA is drawn to a group that already include 1 host MA, then it will be selected and placed in the next available group in alphabetical order. The host MAs of the qualifiers are Bermuda, Costa Rica, Guatemala, Honduras, Mexico, and Panama. Pot 1 will contain the names of the 8 pre-seeded teams based on the ranking: Mexico, United States, Canada, Honduras, Panama, Costa Rica, Haiti, and Jamaica. Then Pot 2 will contain the names of the next 8 teams in the ranking: El Salvador, Cuba, Guatemala, Puerto Rico, Trinidad and Tobago, Nicaragua, Dominican Republic, and Bermuda. Pot 3 will contain the next teams in the ranking: Curaçao, Bonaire, Aruba, Guyana, Barbados, Cayman Islands, Antigua and Barbuda, and St. Kitts and Nevis. Pot 4 will contain the names of the next 8 teams in the Under-17 ranking: Belize, St. Lucia, Grenada, British Virgin Islands, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Anguilla, St. Martin, and U.S. Virgin Islands. Pot 5 will contain the names of the last 3 teams in the ranking participating in this competition: Dominica, Turks and Caicos Islands, and St. Martin. The draw will begin with the teams from Pot 1, where the 8 teams will be seeded based on the ranking and placed in position 1 of each group. They all gonna be drawn. Then we're gonna move to Pot 2, when 1 sphere will be drawn to determine the team in position 2 of Group A. This process will be repeated to determine the team in positions 2 of each of the 8 groups. The same procedure will be followed then for Pot 3, 4, and 5, distributing the teams in positions of each group. Now that we know the competition format and the draw procedures, let's begin the draw. So we'll start with the first sphere of Pot 1 to determine who's gonna go to Group A, and it's Canada. Canada taking the first position of Group A. As explained before, the next sphere will go to Group B, and it's Costa Rica. Costa Rica going to pot Group B, position 1. Let's move along to see who will take position 1 of Group C, and is Mexico. So Mexico in Group C. The next sphere will be allocated to Group D of this draw, and it's Honduras. So Honduras, one of the host member associations, together with Costa Rica and Mexico and Panama from pot 1. Let's move along to see which group will go to Group E. Position 1, Haiti. Haiti going to Group E. Three spheres to conclude pot 1. And the next team will be allocated to Group F, and it's USA. The United States going to Group F. 2 more spheres to go. Let's see who takes position 1 of Group G, and it's Panama. So another host country from this under-17 qualifiers, Panama going to Group G. And the last sphere of pot 1 in Group H should be Jamaica. And to confirm, and it's Jamaica. So let's move along now to pot 2. Let's see who's going to go together with Canada in Group A, and it's Bermuda. So Bermuda is the host, one of the hosts for this under-17 qualifier, and being allocated together with Canada, that group will go and take place in Bermuda. Let's move along and see who will go with Costa Rica, and it's Trinidad and Tobago. Costa Rica, Trinidad and Tobago together in Group B. So the next sphere will go to Group C together with Mexico, and it's Nicaragua. Mexico, Nicaragua forming Group C. Moving along to the next sphere, we'll go to Group D, and it's Puerto Rico. So Honduras and Puerto Rico together on Group D. Let's move along to see who will join Haiti in Group E. And it's Guatemala. So Haiti and Guatemala in Group E. As a reminder, Guatemala is one of the host countries. So that group, it's taking place in Guatemala. Moving along to the next group, Group F, USA together with Cuba. So USA and Cuba in Group F. Moving along, and the last 2 spheres of pot 2, Panama and Dominican Republic in Group G. One more sphere for pot 2, and it's El Salvador, who will join Jamaica in Group H. Okay, let's continue now with pot 3. This pot will determine all positions 3 of the 8 groups, starting with the first sphere going to Group A, position 3, Curaçao. Curaçao, Canada, and Bermuda together in Group A. And let's see who will go to Group B with Costa Rica and Trinidad, and it's Guyana. So 2 Caribbean teams joining Costa Rica in Group B. Let's move along to the next sphere of pot 3, which will go to Group C, and it's Barbados. So Mexico, Nicaragua, and Barbados in Group C. Moving along to Group D, the next sphere going to position 3, it's Bonaire. So Honduras, Puerto Rico, and Bonaire in Group D. 4 more spheres of pot 3. The next sphere going in Group E with Haiti and Guatemala, and it's Antigua and Barbuda. So Antigua and Barbuda, Guatemala, and Haiti in Group E. Let's move along to the next sphere to allocate a team in position 3 of Group F, and it's St. Kitts and Nevis. USA, Cuba, and St. Kitts and Nevis in Group F. Let's move along to the last two spheres of pot 3 to allocate one team in Group G, and it's Aruba. Panama, Dominican Republic, and Aruba in Group G. And the last sphere of pot 3 to conclude Group H is Cayman Islands. Let's move along to pot 4. After the conclusion of this pot, we're already going to have 5 concluded groups. So let's start with the first one, and it's Anguilla, going to Group A with Canada, Bermuda, and Curacao. Still one team to go in Group A, B, and C after the conclusion of this pot. So let's see who's going to go to position 4 of Group B, and it's British Virgin Islands. Costa Rica, Trinidad, Guyana, and British Virgin Islands in Group B. The next sphere will join Mexico, Nicaragua, and Barbados in Group C, and it's Belize. So Belize going to Group C. These first 3 groups are still pending one team from pot 5. So from now on, this is gonna determine all the teams in groups D, E, F, and G. Let's start with Group D, and it's Saint Martin, Honduras, Puerto Rico, Bonaire, and Saint Martin in Group D. So that's conclude the first group of these under-17 qualifiers. Let's see who will finish and conclude Group E, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So Haiti, Guatemala, Antigua and Barbuda, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines in Group E. 3 more spheres. This one will conclude Group F, and it's U.S. Virgin Islands. So U.S. Virgin Islands, Cuba, St. Kitts and Nevis in Group F, the 4 teams fighting for one slot into the under-17 FIFA World Cup. 2 more spheres. The first one will be the last group of Group G, and it's Grenada. Panama, Dominican Republic, Aruba, and Grenada, concluding Group G. And the last sphere to join Jamaica, El Salvador, and Cayman Islands, it's St. Lucia in Group H. So with that, we conclude 5 of the 8 groups. The first and the last pot will determine position 5 of Group A, B, and C. The first sphere will go to Group A, and it's Turks and Caicos Islands. So 5 teams already now in Group A. Let's see who will now join Group B, and it's Saint Martin. So that concludes Group B with Costa Rica, Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, British Virgin Islands, and San Martin. And the last sphere going to Group C, it's Dominica. So Dominica in Group C. With that, we conclude the draw. Let's quickly review the qualifying stage groups. Group A, Canada, Bermuda, Curacao, Anguilla, Turks and Caicos Islands. Group B, Costa Rica, Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, British Virgin Islands, San Martin. Group C, Mexico, Nicaragua, Barbados, Belize, Dominica. And then the remaining groups of 4, Group D, Honduras, Puerto Rico, Bonaire, San Martin. Group E, Haiti, Guatemala, Antigua and Barbuda, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Group F, USA, Cuba, St. Kitts and Nevis, U.S. Virgin Islands. And Group G, Panama, Dominican Republic, Aruba, and Grenada. And Group H, Jamaica, El Salvador, Cayman Islands, and St. Lucia. What an amazing draw. We will surely have some thrilling matches in these under-17 qualifiers. Please join us in celebrating this amazing competition by tuning into any of the official Concacaf platforms and seeing which are the 8 teams that will qualify for the new and annual edition of this under-17 FIFA World Cup. Thanks for joining us for this 2025 Concacaf Under-17 Qualifiers draw. On behalf of Concacaf, we wish you a great day.